Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick card is this situation from their perspective. Okay, so whoever you have in mind for today, maybe a situation in which you're with a person or a situation you're dealing with. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this situation, but from this other person or this other perspective that's involved. Okay, to kind of allow you to see maybe something from someone else's point of view or their side of things, okay, or how they're maybe it's how they're looking at you or what they think of you, okay. So that's what we're doing today. We have 3 piles for you guys. We'll introduce your piles one at a time, okay, and then we're gonna pick our numbers from 1 to 12, and since we have 3 piles, we're gonna have 4 numbers per pile. All right, so we're gonna get right into it now. We have the Amethyst here for pile number 1 and the Matchbox Tarot. And the numbers for pile number 1 are 3, 11, 9, and 12. 3, 11, 9, and 12 for pile number 1. Pile number 2 has the Pastoral Tarot and the Rhodenite. And the numbers for pile number 2 are 6, 10, 2, and 6, 10, 2, and 7. Pile number 2. Pile number 3 is the Howlite. And this is, I always forget the name of this deck. This is the Forest Spirits Imprint Tarot, okay? And we have 8, 5, 4, and 1. 8, 5, 4, and 1 for pile number 3. Okay, so with that being said, I'll give you guys a few moments to meditate on the piles here, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading today. This is the situation from their perspective. Okay, so whoever you have in mind or situation you have in mind, we're going to take a look at this situation, but from someone else's perspective or from this other specific person's or viewpoint's perspective. Okay, so Amethyst is your stone. Your numbers are 3, 11, 9, and 12. All right, and this is a deck we're going to start with for you guys. Okay, so this other person's perspective in this situation. What is their perspective? Okay, so we have the 2 of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups. They're not seeing something here? What are they not? They're not seeing. Whoa. Okay, well, a lot of love. We have the Page of Cups at the bottom. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups, 6 of Swords. So, new love? Like, this could be if some of you guys are asking about love. But what? I just want to clarify this 2 of Swords a little more. Can we please clarify? Thank you. 10 of Cups. Beautiful. So do they not think you don't see something? Do they think you don't see something? Or it looks like they're indecisive? Or maybe they have been indecisive on something. Maybe they haven't made a move in a certain direction, or they haven't come towards you. Or it just seems like maybe they're like sitting on the fence, or you don't know where they stand. Okay, but that's going to change. So if you have felt like in the middle or stuck with someone, or just like waiting for them to either like come towards you, let you know how they feel. And this doesn't have to be in romantic love, okay? This could be in any situation. This could even be in like a, you know, you apply to a job, for instance, and you're waiting to hear back, right? And so you don't quite see like maybe their feelings, or you don't quite know how they're, you know, they're leaning, what choice they're going to make. Okay, well, that is going to change. I think they are coming towards you very soon. There is like new love, or a new opening, okay, towards love. I think they see you in a very, very high way, or this situation in a very like, yes, this is something very positive for me. This is something long-term, very fulfilling. Okay. So they see like new love, new potential, a very positive and prosperous path forward with you, or in the situation that involves you. Okay. Yeah, I see a unification. I see getting over some kind of difficulty. Maybe we feel like we're at a crossroads in something, and I don't know which way it's going to go, but it's going to really turn out for the absolute best, okay? There's going to be, yeah, love, or an expression of love, or a reaching out here, where it's like, I think they see the potential. They see that this is something very good for them, that they should definitely take on, or go towards, or invite you in on. Okay. And so I see a lot of good stuff coming in, a lot of fulfillment. And they do too. They might just seem like they haven't maybe come towards you and made a decision yet, but that is changing. Temperance. Or maybe you don't know like kind of where they stand. Okay. Chariot. Yeah, maybe their feelings aren't quite obvious. The Tower. 5 of Cups. And the 9 of Swords. So they might be going through a big change in their own personal lives. Okay, with the Tower. And maybe that's why they haven't been able to like make a move, or make a decision, or like move forward on something, or with you. I think there is a lot, or something specific in their own lives that's kind of put them in their own head. We have 5 of Cups and the 9 of Swords, like difficult emotionally and difficult in the mental space. Okay, so some kind of maybe disappointment, or they're dealing with a lot that's making them kind of be in their head and worried, or, you know, anxious about something. Maybe they're going through their own personal big change, or there's just this big change is triggering some trauma, or emotional wounds, or just some worries. Okay. But with Temperance here and the Chariot, I see there's healing, there's balance coming in, okay, around the situation. Maybe they've been dealing with it for a while, and that's, look how it's like underneath the surface, right? It's underneath all of this positivity and love, and that's the reality. But underneath, they've been dealing with something that maybe you don't see. Maybe they don't express that to you openly, or maybe you just don't, you know, kind of see how they're feeling about something going on in their lives, or in their situation. Okay, but there is some kind of big shifts, big change, maybe unexpected shifts, maybe like things, you know, falling apart in certain ways in their own world, or maybe they recently have. Okay, and so they've been kind of, I feel like, having to almost deal with this, heal from this. but I see that coming to a close and healing. Okay, and so once this is all wrapped up, closed with, the Chariot, they're moving towards you. Okay, they are coming in saying like, I'm ready for love, or I'm ready to do this with you. I'm like really excited about it. I really see a lot of potential here. I think we can make something great. I think we can, you know, yeah, I love you. I want to be with you. I want to create this space with you. I want to create this project with you. It's just like, now I'm ready to do it. It's like emotionally, mentally, that we're not ready to invite this in quite yet until this was like settled and dealt with, right? And that's why it didn't, like, maybe you didn't know how they felt, or maybe they didn't, you know, they weren't really acting upon certain things. Yeah, it just feels like, I don't know where I stand here. Okay, but yeah, but there is going to be something that turns into something much bigger and more beautiful and very fulfilling. Okay, they are coming your way. It's just like they've been dealing with a lot here. They've been dealing with a lot. Okay, but I see them being ready for this new thing with you. Okay, this new partnership, this new, you know, relationship or life, or this new venture, this new, you know, state of life that you guys are going into. Yeah, the Hangman. It's like you may have felt very stagnant in this situation, or, you, like I said, you're in the middle. I don't know where I stand. I don't know how they feel. And they had to do a lot of reflection. Okay, they've been in the same space because they've been honestly having to heal and look at a lot within themselves. Heal from certain things that had happened. Okay, Page of Wands. But look, turning a new page, right? Setting forth on a new adventure, getting your passion back, ready to start anew, ready to get going. Six of Pentacles, coming into balance, and the Empress. Beautiful. So yeah, I see them coming towards you with like an offer, whether that be an offer of love, an offer of assistance, of, you know, investment. Okay, there is someone here who is coming towards you with something, some kind of reciprocated feelings, energy, information, okay, message that allows you to move out of the stagnancy, out of this feeling like, I don't know where I stand, I'm feeling in between, I don't know if we're moving forward or not, and I just feel stuck. Okay, I think you have really cultivated something within yourself that was beautiful in this time, okay, where it's like you now are this like magnet towards for this other person. I think they see a beautiful potential. I think they see you as someone who's extremely loving and nurturing and caring and abundant. Okay, and that's the energy that you're continuing into, and it's just going to grow and prosper. Okay. Yeah, I think this person is very much attracted to you in a big way. And they're not going to be able to stay away for long. I think they've just been having to, you know, shift their perspective on certain things, you know, come to terms with something, see something in a new way, see themselves in a new way, or their situation. But it's interesting because I feel like whatever this was that you kind of felt like in the middle between, or like not allowed to move forward on something, has really helped you in your reflection as well. Like come to terms with, well, you know, without this, who am I, right? If this doesn't work out, you know, will I still be okay? Cultivating that self-love. So I think this was almost kept in this space for you too, right? For you to see who, you know, cultivate that self-worth, or that self-love, or that like, I'll be all right no matter what. You know, I deserve the best. I deserve love. And if that's this person or this situation, it'll work out, trusting that it will, right? That I only want reciprocated energy and love, and not like this, I need it no matter what. This is what I want. I don't care if it wants me, you know? So it's like you really cultivated this beautiful inside out abundance and worthiness, okay, that is now allowing you to set forth on this path. And then we have courage. Yeah, it's like you've really created a beautiful heart space here. And I think a real self-confidence. Your heart's on fire. We see the rainbow again, the 10 of Cups. I think your courage is going to be rewarded here. I think the courage to be yourself, the courage to put yourself out there. Sorry, I'm just going to pick up your card. Maybe to be open with your feelings, with what you want. Sorry. Okay, are we taking these? I think we are. We have openness and we have confusion. Bottom, we have presence and hesitation. Okay. So I'm getting this like timid energy from this. And then we have like this open, right? We have this like centered connection with myself, having courage to be open with myself, with what I want, with who I am, opening to source, receiving, right? Being open to receive, being open to be vulnerable. And here feels a little bit closed off, feels a little bit shy, timid, and unsure, right? So I think also that this person is gaining the courage. Okay, it's like I think their heart has healed in some way. And I think they're moving out of this confusion. I think you both maybe have been in a state of confusion. They have definitely been there because they've been healing from something, like unsure. I don't want to move from here. I don't want to open up again because of all of this stuff I'm dealing with or I have dealt with. So with courage, I see them coming into an openness again, openness of spirit, openness in love, openness of like, I'm ready to move forward. I feel healed. I feel strong. I feel ready, right? And so we're coming out of this state of confusion into clarity, into openness of feelings, openness of emotion. Yes, we have forgiveness. Yeah, I think they have major things to heal from and forgive. Okay, within themselves, within a certain situation. Service. And grief, yeah. Facade. Enlightenment. Let's get one more. Rejection. Okay. So I think they've been really having to tap in, tune into their inner child and having to protect their inner child, honestly. I think there has been big things that they've been healing from. Maybe things they're not even really open about, okay? But you can see this older man taking the hand of his inner child, right? We can see this protector, right? Holding this inner child. It's like, I think this person has been learning how to value themselves higher, more, protect themselves, you know, maybe by putting up boundaries. And maybe at first that looked like a lot of walls or like a lot of quiet energy or not a lot of, you know, reciprocated emotions or communication. Okay, but I think they've just been going through a lot within themselves, having to forgive, having to move on, having to let go. Okay, and obviously we can see here that this is almost like that Nine of Swords, a lot of thoughts, a lot of fears around rejection. They may have experienced a lot of loss or grief in their lives, maybe through, you know, actual deaths, maybe through, you know, relationships that didn't work out. people who harmed them in some way or another, or like betrayed them in some way. Okay, so, or maybe it's just in their personal life, they have been going through something really difficult, family, you know, family matters, personal matters, right? But that has basically gotten into their head. Yeah, and maybe they've been rejected a lot. Maybe it's been through work, right? Maybe it's been through their career, or maybe it's been through love, or just like parental, you know, rejection. Okay, so they've been dealing with a lot of their own, you know, inner thoughts, inner voices that have been throwing maybe doubt their way, or just things that they've had to look at, right, in order to forgive, in order to release and cleanse and let go. Because we have over here with service and enlightenment that this person has a very high path, right? They have a path of enlightenment, of divine service, okay? And they have a big heart, okay? And they have a lot of love to give. And when that is the case, they get hurt, right? They get hurt easily. They get hurt, you know, by people, by trusting. They take rejection, you know, really deeply, very badly. They take it on, and maybe, you know, their self-worth was suffered because of it. Okay. And so I think this person's almost indecision or feeling hung up, or maybe your confusion in well, is this happening or is it not happening, or are we moving forward, right? I think they just needed to deal with this, because they have their own path that they are going down, one of great spiritual service. And so Source wanted to make sure that this person is good to serve, to do this, you know, to heal from these things in their own way, so that they can serve, they can give, in the way that they do. And I think that you are somehow part of this plan, right? I think either whether that be love or partnership, in some other way, okay? But yeah, they have a very high path. You are somehow involved in this, okay? But they do have their own individual healing journey that they've been on and have had to go through. And so until, you know, that had to finish before they could come, you know, with an open heart, with a healed heart, they had to forgive. They had to release something. They had to feel safe to open up again, to, you know, to love again, or to feel again, or to trust again, right? So they've just been healing and cleansing. And honestly, we're just going to get one last message and see, okay, so once this healing happens, look at that Ace of Wands, right? They come towards you, or it's like opened up. The energy starts shifting. This is new passion, a way forward, new creation. Okay, they come in, they give you the good news, they come towards you, they let you know how they feel. I'm super passionate about you. I'm super passionate about this idea. I see you as the Empress. I see you as the mother of my children, my wife, my creative partner. I see you as someone who's extremely talented in creatively, and I really want to work with you. I really want to create something with you or grow something with you. King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like they have to get to a place of stability, financial system. Oh, wow, look at that in the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. So there is something new beginning here with you two. King of Pentacles and the Empress, both, you know, earth energy, stability. We want to create this in the right way, in a stable way, in a way where I'm ready, I'm stable, I'm secure, right? I think you guys are both going to be extremely prosperous, right? Ten of Pentacles, you're building something of long, stable value, right? That's going to increase in its value. That's going to be here for the long term, right? So we want to make sure that everything's good to go. Everything's settled, everything's squared, everything's healed from the past, that we're both in a good space where we're ready to take on this commitment, where we're ready to grow together, we're ready to expand, okay? And so this person is coming towards you, okay? I think they are at the end here, they are healing. and they are about to, you know, come towards you. There is going to be a new beginning, or the energy is just going to change. It's just going to shift and open up, and you're going to start seeing, oh my gosh, they came towards me. They said, you know, they shared how they felt, or they opened up, or they sent me a yes, or they want a second interview, or they want to, you know, meet up with me. Okay. And it just turns into something very big and beautiful, safe, stable, loyal, long-term. Okay. And very prosperous and abundant. You're both very prosperous. You're both going to create beautiful, beautiful lives together in this certain way. Okay. So that was your reading, pile number 1. Beautiful energy. I love this. I think this person is a very, very good-hearted person. Someone who, you know, they take love seriously. They're very much someone who has a lot to give and offer. Okay. And so I think they just had to shield their heart or shield their energy just for a little while so they could get everything healed and ready to take on this next step. All right. So thank you so much. I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments if it was. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one. Pile number 1, all of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Okay, we're going to take a look at this situation from this other person or this other party's perspective. Okay. Take a look at where they are with this, how they're looking at it or looking at you, okay, depending on the situation. We have Rhodenite as your stone. 10, 6, 2, and 7 are your numbers. And we are going to start with this deck. Okay, another one. Okay, so we had interesting 4 of Pentacles on the split twice. Let's see. Something may have felt blocked with somebody or some energy. Wow, we have the World. Something that felt blocked is not going to feel blocked anymore. Maybe your finance. Wow. Definitely not. Look at that. 2 of Cups. So something is coming together here. 8 of Swords. Something you felt, yeah, kept back from, stuck in. 4 of Wands. Are you getting married? Pile number 2. Queen of Pentacles. Justice. Wow. So yeah, because I saw the 4 of Pentacles catch my eye twice when I did the split, Spirit wanted me to know that something has felt stuck, right? We see that here at the 8 of Swords, but look, it's just one card and everything else is like coming together. It's all coming together. It's all finishing up, right? We're finishing up a huge cycle in our lives. It's bringing us a huge milestone. 4 of Wands in the World is like, wow, huge completion, huge celebration. It's either this is a person, okay, yeah, okay, it's interesting that I'm reading it like this, but this is this person, this person's perspective, okay, is that I think they see you as like the end all be all. This person, I can't wait to marry them. I can't wait to work with them. I can't wait to start this with them, to be with them. Okay, this could be a person. This could also be like a situation that you've been wanting to unite with. Okay, it's like there is a big part of your life, their lives, that has felt stuck, stagnant still. Maybe they have felt blocked in their own way, in their own energy, maybe financially, okay, maybe just with like these self-limiting beliefs that they have grown up with, that took a long time for them to release or understand, okay. But justice is here to say balance is coming in, karma is being rectified, something that may have felt unjust. Maybe they were caught up in some kind of court, situation, maybe finalizing certain things. Maybe things felt very out of out of balance for them in their own life, in their own energy, or unfair in some way. Okay, so they felt hung up, they felt caught up, and stuck. But I see them completely being elevated, being freed of this energy, and free to come towards you, free to celebrate with you, free to tell you how they feel, free to marry you, free to move towards this thing together with you, commit in a deeper way, commit to this next level, right? Commit to this next level of stability, whether that be in career, in finances, in business, in love. Okay, I think they see you as someone extremely stable, okay, extremely well put together. They know themselves, they take care of themselves. They see you as someone for the long term, someone who is reliable, loyal, someone I can build a life with, someone who's going to show up. Okay, I see them as seeing you as a deep commitment. Okay, and I think they're extremely excited. Okay, extremely happy. They want to come towards you. They're very much excited about this next level, this next step. Okay, and yeah, I see a lot of celebration here. You both being extremely in love or excited or just like so ready to, let's do it. It's time. I no longer am dealing with this thing. This is no longer a problem. Or, maybe this person's mindset has changed or being freed from something that really limited them, really held them back. Maybe it was karmic, right, with justice. Maybe they were hung up karmically within their own, energy, stuff like that. Okay. But yeah, it could even be like an abundance thing that had kept them from, thinking I deserve this, so they deserve you, or they deserve, all of these nice things, or this beautiful, life or outcome. Okay, but I see that completely finishing, completely coming to an end, and you guys being able to move forward together in stability, in happiness, in wealth, in success, in love. Okay, just this beautiful, beautiful energy. So they are finishing up a big karmic cycle that they've been in that has kept them, has kept them feeling like very stuck in one place, stuck in one level of success, or stuck, emotionally. I think they're finally feeling freed of this, and they're like, let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's make this happen. I'm very much excited about this. Yeah, so we have heartache and loss. So 3 of Swords. They were definitely been healing from something difficult. And that's why maybe this wasn't allowed to move forward, or the energy couldn't move forward, because it was like it still needed to be healed, to be released. And now love begins. Now we're ready to come together, to create this thing, to work together on this, to commit. Yeah, movement, choices, and decisions. 2 of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3. The Magician, awareness. And look at that, truth with judgment. Look at them having an awakening. So with the World, Magician, and Judgment, they are having an awakening to a huge degree. Okay. They before were maybe acting from a place of loss, of heartache. Maybe they had gone through something difficult in their past. Maybe it was through love, or it was through like betrayal or work, or something from childhood. Okay. That was keeping them from either moving towards you, or from you guys actually being able to expand in this more stable direction, or just in a more stable way. Okay, but I see them creating some new awareness, having some growth, some new awareness to some deeper truth. And look, again, we have the scales of justice, right? Coming to balance, opening this next doorway. And there we go. The portal's opening up. Finally, love can begin. Finally, we're able to make these new choices and decisions. We're able to go down these new pathways, because this person has released themselves from something that caught them for so long, right? From limiting beliefs, from insecurity, from low self-worth, from some kind of heartache. Okay, it's like the heart has finally healed within this person, and they're ready to open up. They're ready to move forward, and they're really looking forward to it because they're feeling powerful. They're in their power, right? They're opening up their heart. They're seeing, they have the faith, they have the trust, they have the knowing that this is the next steps, that I'm ready now to move forward. I can do it with confidence, with strength, with knowing. Yeah, look at that. The base chakra at the bottom. There's look at that. They found their own sense of authority, their safety, right? They had to heal their base chakra. And there we go. The masculine, victory and success, accelerated motion, right? They really, I think this person, whether they're masculine or feminine, okay, they had to heal something within their own sense of authority. They had to know that they have the confidence, security within themselves to act, right? To step up, to know that I can do this, right? I'm ready for this. I can go towards this. I can have this in my life. I can make this successful, right? Solar plexus, I can take action, right? And it be victory and have my success, right? And so I think this person has come into a lot of healing, having an awakening, right? Knowing their truth, knowing their power. Beautiful. Three of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So yeah, again, we see the kind of imbalance here. They may have felt like life was very much against them, that they had difficult karma, that they had, you know, unfair circumstances, that, you know, life was against them in some way, that people were against me, that my parents were against me, that life in general was against me, or they felt like they had to fight for every single thing. Or maybe it was a victim mentality that they were fighting with. Okay, well, it's feeling like they're going from feeling like the world is against me, right? And the energy of the universe is against me too. Coming together, celebrating, feeling grateful, seeing, you know, the support around me. Maybe their friend group has been changing, or maybe they're seeing, you know, changes within your connection. Okay, and I feel like it obviously it starts inwardly, but they've been able to like celebrate themselves, see that it's all working for me. It's all working in a beautiful way. If I can focus on, you know, gratitude, or just giving my energy to those who give back to me. This just feels like we're all working together evenly. We're doing our part. We're coming, you know, making it work, making it happen, instead of feeling like, you know, it just feels like so much is put upon me. That, you know, every relationship I have is just is a fight. It's work. Yeah, look at that, Queen of Swords. And look at, she's like overpowering him. And maybe that's how your relationship together has felt for a while, right? Maybe it's felt like very imbalanced in certain ways. Maybe someone has hurt somebody else, you know, and that naturally happens, right? But sometimes we can get caught up in those things, and it's hard to heal. It's hard to move past it. So yeah, we are moving on, right? We're moving on from feeling like life is hard on me, like I'm a victim to life, to, you know, my past relationship, my mother, my father, in certain circumstances. We're leaving that in the past, and we're working together, and we've learned how to work together. I've learned that I have to, you know, I have power. I can step up. I can say what I need to say. I can do what I need to do, right? And then we can move forward with lightness, with fun, with creativity, right? It doesn't have to be this heavy thing, right? Life can be fun. This relationship can be fun. Work, you know, what we do. If we all work together, we're all feeling, you know, grateful. We're all bringing our love, and it's just going to work just fine. You know, I think a perspective has shifted maybe on relationship, that, you know, in a relationship, it's always one person over the other, or being overpowered, or being undermined. Okay. And now I see it as a celebration, as love, as, you know, working in peace, working in harmony. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. I just saw 1313, by the way. So Huge transformation in this person and how they see themselves and how they see you or how they see the situation. 8 of Pentacles with ordinariness. And there we go. The 8 of Swords again with guilt. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Okay. So yeah, the time is right. This person's ready. Okay, we have the 4 of Cups turning in. I think this person has found their inner peace. They have been able to quiet the thoughts, right, that would have won before, right? The old voices, the voices of doubt. I think they've been able to silence them. I think they've been able to really come to their own sense of peace and safety and security and calm instead of letting those thoughts win, the guilt win, the overthinking win, right? They've been working on it. And I think now they've been like cultivating themselves, making their inner worlds very, very nice and peaceful, like ordinary. I see the ordinary. I see this thing with you, with what we're trying to create or build, as something beautiful that can be beautiful. It doesn't have to be this thing where it's always a fight or it's always an argument or it's always imbalanced. I see now that if we just work in harmony, you know, together with this thing, that I see it as being beautiful now. I see it, and that is creating this person to be ready. They are ripe, right? They are ready to have this. They're ready to make these next steps, to grow in this certain way, to create, to expand, right? The situation is ready. They are ready. That's beautiful. Yeah, there's the 4 of Pentacles there. So it did end up coming out. So maybe they saw their situation as limited, their finances as limited, and that could have stopped them, right, from moving in this certain direction, from opening up to this certain direction, okay, or opening up to you, okay. And so they've been working on that, I think, inward and outwardly. And now with the 9 of Pentacles, it's time for expansion. It's time to grow. It's time to, we're ready to have more. We're ready to open up more, to allow more in. King of Swords. 5 of Cups. Queen of Wands. And the Devil. Yeah, I think certain things that they experienced that were disappointments or things that didn't work out. We see all these cups that have fallen over. Maybe they put walls up, right? That may have been the blockage. Maybe it was emotional blockages, right? Because maybe they experienced, I want to say a she-devil, okay? Or it could be a he-devil, okay? But I think, because we see this, you know, the devil here holding this ring and this person reaching up for the ring, right? We have the 2 of Cups, we have the 4 of Wands, and I'm not saying this is marriage or this is relationship for sure. It could just be a deep commitment, you know, in something, trusting someone again, because they're reaching up for it and it's like a trick, right? So I think they have been tricked, they have been betrayed, they have been disappointed by people in the past that have, you know, that didn't consider them or didn't take their feelings into consideration. And so they kind of turned into someone who may be colder or more controlled, or like maybe very heavy boundaries, who closed themselves off to this thing for a long time, or maybe that's why it took them such a long time to warm up to it, okay? But I think slowly but surely you've been opening them up and melting that ice, melting that very, you know, hard boundary or these very high walls, okay? But they had kept them for good reason, because they had, you know, Or maybe they saw some other relationship in their lives or a situation in their lives that someone got very, very hurt by or disappointed in, or they see an imbalance, you know, so deeply in something that they were like, not me, that's not going to happen to me, you know, thinking that every situation ends up that way, right? And we have the Six of Wands at the bottom. Right now they see it as like, it's like this change of mind, this open of heart. I see the way forward. I'm healed now. I'm open to it. I see that I can be a success. I see that I can have success. I see that this can be successful, that it's not doomed. The past is not doomed to repeat, right? That I'm now in control of my life, that we are different, that our lives are different, right? Our story is different. Four of Wands. Come on. Beautiful. Like, now this person's ready to settle down, or they're ready to commit. They're ready to open up. They're ready to take these next steps. It's like now they want to do it. They see you as someone who they want to do this with. Instead of putting up the block, they're opening the door, and they want to move forward with love and commitment and truth and happiness and joy and stability. Okay, they don't see it as a blockage anymore. They see it as something that's stable and safe and loving and open and equal give and take, right? Something that is fair, that is shared, that is not one over the other, right? It's balanced. Okay, they see that I can give and I'll get back, right? And they'll give and I'll give to them, right? It won't just be me giving or one person, you know, loving and the other person not, right? It's us both doing it together in a balanced, loving, open way. Beautiful. It's so cute. I love this. So yeah, I hope this was your reading, pile 2, and I hope it was helpful. I hope it gave you some kind of, you know, clarity on this other person's perspective in this situation. They really have, you know, the best intentions. I think, you know, they've been hurt before, and maybe that's why they've felt, it's felt maybe long or slow, or they've maybe been a little bit blocked or cold. Okay, but I see them definitely opening up, inviting you in. They see you as someone who's trustworthy and who's here to stay and here for the long term, and they're ready to commit, and they will be very soon. Love is truly going to begin, a new day, a new door, yeah, of love, of beauty, of creativity, okay, of happiness for you both. Okay, so thank you so much, pile number 2. Please let me know in the comments if this reading resonated with you. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one, pile 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. All right, this reading is this situation from this other person's perspective. All right, so we're going to take a look at, you know, how they're looking at this or how they're feeling. Maybe it's about you. Maybe it's just about this situation in general. We're going to take a look. All right, we have the Howlite here as your stone. 8, 5, 4, and 1 are your numbers. And this is the deck we are going to start with here. Okay, so this situation from this other person, sorry, I feel like I have a hair on my hand, from this other person's perspective. Okay, these are the cards we are going to take, and one more. 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Look how relaxed this is. It's like so peaceful, like dreamy. Right? The Sun. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow, a dream come true. They see this situation as literal dream coming true. They are coming into their happiness, their joy, their fulfillment. Oh my gosh. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Look again, look how relaxed, like chilling, you know, abundant, don't have to worry, I have everything I need. This is like dream come true, feeling free, feeling open, feeling happy. Oh, wow. They love this. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Two of Swords. Like two directions, right? And the Nine of Wands. You have triple nines. Okay. Triple nines. So something is about to be attained here. Something is being attained. So there's a closing of a chapter and an opening of a new one here. There's obviously a new path that we can see, but they can't see. Maybe they don't quite know. Maybe they're at a crossroads, or they're at a point of having to make a decision. Maybe they don't even know which decision to make, or that there is a decision to make. I think this person's in the middle of making a decision. Trying to make a decision. Because we see, you know, there's the same little girl on all of these except for this one. So, and she's closed her eyes. We can't see her eyes here, but she's in cross-legged position. She's almost in council meeting. That's what this reminds me of. And here she's gone inward. She's relaxing. She's putting herself in the place where, you know, of feeling abundant, right? She's feeling relaxed. She's feeling whole. She's feeling safe. And here, I feel like there are things that this person are thinking about and trying to make decisions on that's going to lead them to the best and highest path of ease and safety and security and peace. And like abundance and safety. And I almost feel like, because this is the only one that isn't this same little girl, that this could be represented by them, only because it seems like it's their process. Not saying they're female, just what I'm picking up as this person. And then this one is the Queen of Pentacles, almost seems like you, okay? And this doesn't matter, again, male or female, okay? But someone who is loving, who is nurturing, who knows themselves. And because we see the sun, we see a movement. I really feel like this person's trying to make the best decisions, because it's like they've been through a lot. They've been through a lot of trial, a lot of tribulation. It's almost like they're counseling. Maybe it's on the spiritual realm, right? Maybe it's just within themselves. Like, how do I make the most abundant, or maybe, you know, this is visualization. This is like, it almost feels like this is like a spiritual level of manifestation, of creation that they are trying to get to. Because it almost feels like manifesting without having to really work very hard, right? So I feel like they're energetically aligning to a life of ease, a life of abundance, a life of prosperity and happiness without all of the struggle. Because I feel like they may have been through struggle, but I feel like they're working it out. So they're like, how do I do this without having to struggle, right? Without our lives having to be very hard and difficult. And it almost feels like life almost presents you with these like two choices. Like, it's either this or this. Like, you either go this way or that way. This person's like not listening to that. It's like, I don't want to hear that. That's not my path. That's not my way. My way is a way of light and ease and love and abundance, right? But that's peaceful. That's relaxing. That's joyful, and it's happy and it's fulfilling. I think they are on their own path of total completion and happiness. It's like, what does my life feel like? What does the way I actually want it to feel like and look like and is, instead of, you know, this choice of it's got to be hard, it's got to be done the hard way, it's got to be done with, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, right? I think they're trying to find their own way, instead of like, okay, you give me these two options. It's almost like, well, I'm not happy with that, right? I'm not happy with, you either do nothing and get nothing, or you work your butt off and you have no time to enjoy your life, right? That's almost what this feels like. And they're like, I'm not listening to that, right? I'm creating my own way. I'm creating my own dream, my independence, right? My financial freedom in the way that I want to create it, in the way it makes me happy and feeling the most free and safe and enlightened and happy. And I think they see you as part of that, and they see you as someone who can help cultivate that, or help, you know, nurture that, or they see you as their partner in that, or someone who has a lot to give in this dream of theirs. Okay. I almost feel like they just see you as like a partner, or just someone really, you know, nice to have in this dream that they have. Like whether you're a friend or it's like a business, right? It's like, I think they just see you as a very calm, nurturing spirit, that they see the happiness with you. They see that you are part of this dream. Yeah, material and spiritual prosperity. That's what I mean. It feels like they feel like everyone thinks you can have either or, right? You either have spiritual alignment, but you're poor, or you have, you know, a lot of money and prosperity, but you have very little spirituality, right? Very little, yeah, like you have to, sacrifice your morals, or you have to sacrifice the physical, right? But they're like, no, I'm getting both. I'm going to have both, right? I'm having material and spiritual prosperity. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to do it my way. And my way is not neglecting one or the other. My way is having it in its entirety, right? I'm building my dream, my castle, my life in the way that I see it, right? Okay, so we have the Tower with disruption. I think this person's like a master manifester. I think they're mastering the physical plane through the spiritual. Remember I said they're like, this is like almost like a spiritual council that they come to, and they're like, how can I do this? Right? This is the spiritual council. And then on the physical, it's like it almost looks like they're doing nothing, and yet they have all of this abundance around them. That's exactly it. That's so wild. They're a disruptor. People cannot figure them out. Okay? It's like, okay, let's continue. Okay, 5 of Wands, obstacles and challenges. And look at that, destiny with the Wheel of Fortune. I think this person has gone through a lot in their life. Sorry. They've overcome a lot of obstacles and challenges within, you know, their path, within their own selves. Okay, I think they've seen the pitfalls of a lot of situations, a lot of paths, right, in life. And I think they themselves have probably experienced a lot of tower moments, a lot of things like coming down, falling apart. And I think they no longer want to be part of that system or those things where things just don't feel solid or secure or aligned. Okay. It feels like this person has come into their wholeness, right? They are truly aligning with destiny, okay, with a greater picture, right? We see like, this looks like the flower of life to me, like almost like seeing how everything is so connected And they really have transformed, and they're connecting with destiny itself. They are connecting with something deeper. It's like, I am meant to have spiritual and material prosperity. And so it's like they are creating that. And it might look, they might have come a very far way, right? They may have had to struggle a lot in their lives to come to this point. But they are aligning with their destiny. They are destined to achieve and reach a huge level of success, wealth, but also spiritual enlightenment, also a connection with the Most High, with Source. You know, I think it's in harmony with that, right? It's in harmony with life, what they want. And they're done with being in disharmony with life itself, with, you know, the obstacles and the disruptions and the misalignments and, you know, things feeling off or wrong, or like I can't, you know, I can't have this balance. Like something's always going to be unbalanced. So like, I'm not taking that. That's not my answer. That's not, you know, that's not it for me. I'm walking through with total harmony and balance. What? How did this get in here? This is, look at that. That's not even in this deck and it flew out. I've accidentally put it in there. I must have at some point. I don't even know when. And look at that. We gotta cover this up. But that is hilarious. Look at this. Princess of Berries. Courtship, love, romance, and relationship. Okay, so, wow. Okay, so are we meant to go for this deck? Or, yes, let's see. What is this? So I don't know if you are, okay, so we have shame. If you are in a relationship with this person already, or they're like coming towards you, and this could be, you know, courtship. This could be a, we have movement, business. Okay, any kind of relationship here. Protection, courage, chaos, delight, illusion. Okay. This person may have had a lot of shame to deal with in themselves, in their lives, in, you know, the way they wanted to live their lives or who they are. I think that is no longer an issue. I think this person's really coming into themselves. And I think that they are seeing you. Again, we have this like, right, the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Princess of Berries. Very similar energy here. I think they see you as a partner, as someone who is very abundant, again, nurturing. I get very like young Empress vibes here, and they're like looking at you like, wow, I see so much potential in this person. I see a long time of growth and commitment. And I think they're either coming towards you, moving towards you, or you guys are ready to move together, whether that's, you know, forward in the next steps, moving physically, moving in, right? Moving toward the next level, okay, of love, of connection, of whether that be romance or building a family or, you know, building this business together. I think they see you as someone who's abundant, takes care of themselves, beautiful, handsome, right? Ready. Yeah, someone who values themselves, someone who loves themselves. And they love you. I think they see you, you shine to them. Like they just can't, they're just like, they love you. They just love you, whether that's romantic love or another kind, right? But I think they want to move in the next steps with you. They want you to be this partner. They see you as the partner in this dream, in this wish, in this like all that they are creating. You are the person to build that with them, to help them build it. Okay, the partner in that. Yeah, a new vision, the Hangman. They've created a new vision. And then, yeah, the Queen of Wands with sharing. Yeah. I think they have this big vision for their lives that they have been cultivating and creating on the spiritual, the energetic level, that is about to come into the physical. It's about to ground. And I think they want to share that with you, because I think they also see that within you, that you have this wealth of love within you, and this openness and willingness to share love and to share your gifts and your talents, your creativity. They see you as someone who holds so much beautiful energy, and I think they want to be they want you to be the one they share this new vision with, they share this life with, they share this beautiful balanced, harmonious creation. It honestly feels unreal. It feels like this is a very rare life that this person's creating, because it's one of true harmony and balance, where you're not just going to be like wealthy, but you're going to be spiritually wealthy at the same time, with a lot of happiness and a lot of love. Like, this person, I think, have sacrificed a lot in their lives and overcome a lot in their lives to get to this point where they're like, I'm not going to sacrifice anything. I want everything. And you are part of that. You are part of this new vision they are creating. This beautiful abundance, right, that they want to share with you and share with maybe others. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords with isolation. We have courage, strength. I just saw 1818. Okay, so that's the moon. And the Queen of Swords with morality. And then we have postponement, Four of Swords, and change. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, change, Four of Swords, postponement. A lot of swords here. I think that this person had a lot to overcome. I think they have had to have a lot of strength to have this vision, to be who they are, to have exactly what they want. They've probably had to fight a long time through a lot of difficult energy, you know, being alone or doing it alone, or feeling, you know, betrayed or hurt or disappointed by people in difficult ways that made them feel like, I can't share this, or it's not possible, or just really, really limited by life or other people's, you know, expectations, other people's choices that were given to them, or the choices they felt they had. I think they had to overcome a lot of limiting beliefs, right, to get to the point where they are now, where it feels like the energy is finally opening up and able to be created, or they're able to share themselves and share their gifts openly. Their vision feels like it's actually starting to come alive, and the ice is starting to melt, and it's like they're coming into bloom. They're ready. Okay, it's time for this to start happening. It's time to start creating this. It's time to start, you know, having this manifest in my life after so much postponement. There is a beautiful change in fortune. They start actually seeing their vision coming true, right? And so it's going to melt a lot of this cold or like wall type energy, right? Feeling constricted, to opening themselves up, opening more up to you, you guys opening up more together, creating this vision, right? After it be a long time of it postponing. Beautiful. Things are really starting to happen here. Let's get just one last message. Yeah, so Six of Pentacles, compromise. We have it again. They see you as their partner in life to create this together. I think you guys are twin flames in some way, and they see you as a reflection. There is a connection here that is meant to last. We're meant to do this together. We're meant to have our success and our victory. Look, a judgment, awakening. There is a huge victory. You guys are about to have a new world that you are entering. Okay, completely new space. Where it's like, we've got each other's backs. We're in this together. It just feels like so connected, so good. Yeah, so beautiful. You guys are doing this with balance and love and ease, and it's finally starting to come together and open up in a more expansive or more beautiful way. Okay, more gifts are coming in. This vision is coming true. Okay, fortune is heading your way. All right, pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments if you did. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one, pile 3. All of my love.